how you glorify, bro, it's on you. Now, you got people out here dying for the same stuff. But yet and still, we talk about, oh, bro, we gotta, man, do this, and we gotta do that. But yet and still, we go right behind our back, bro, and we do the same shit we talk about. So just know this. We get on these tracks, and we write this shit. Y'all don't hold us accountable. God holding you accountable. You can be like, it's cap, we just selling music. Every idle word gonna get judged, bro. Use your words wisely. God created the world with words, bro. Listen, bro. Now, listen, I don't want no accolades. Y'all need to hear this for the youth. I'm doing this for my black people. Because we coming together, you feel me? And they don't like this shit. This is power. You feel me? We killing each other over shit that next year ain't even gonna think about that shit again. You hear me?
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is a show called The Debut. Now the host, he had a dope experience on this show. The song talking about a whole lot of stuff that is not promising and positive for our culture, in my opinion. And as he describes it, he's just talking about his life. Cool, whatever. I want y'all to fast forward. I'm gonna play a little. I never even saw the performance of this guy, but we'll watch a little bit of the performance. But then I want to fast forward to the conversation that they have afterwards. All right, let's get into it. Like I said, it's a little different. It's a little different.
Talk about. So just know this. We get.
Hold on.
I lean not to my own understanding. I'ma miss you and I swear I hurts to miss it. Regretting all them times that I missed those family visits. Sliding off in traffic, taking shots until I'm dizzy. This world is on my shoulders and I'm convinced they wanna clip me. The present state of mind, he shot himself soon as suicide. Talking to his sister heartbroken, feeling mortified. I should been there when they took that bullet, I respect. Your daughter forever miss you, we gon' miss you till we next. The rumors in the pain and all the games that played against me. Loved by a few, but feel hated in my city. With attention to my second, Jesus Christ. Sometimes I feel defeated and feeling judged on how I'm feeling. They criticize my legacy and we was all friends. I would have died beyond a hoe, but
Easy, baby.
And I heard you say I composed this chorus and all that. So you wrote out a chorus, you wrote the chorus, all that.
All that.
I heard it.
Real business.
How long you been doing music?
Man, for a minute.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't give me no 2 years.
Put it like this. You can't strike at a fist with God.
You can't do what?
You can't strike at a fist with God.
All right.
Your gift belongs to God.
Period.
Whether you want to like it or not. It says in the Bible that he got vessels to glorify and he got vessels to dishonor him. But it don't matter. You're going to be used. Now, how you glorify, bro, it's on you. Now, you got people out here dying for the same stuff. But yet and still, we talk.
Hold on. Are y'all all right? I know I played the music, so people probably a little thrown off. I want y'all to hear this conversation. It's a very important conversation, not for Black culture, for American culture, right? Because as we said on the last show, Black culture is one of the leading cultures in American culture. What is deemed as Black culture. All right, put air quotes on that.
Belongs to God.
Listen.
Say don't give me no 2 years.
Put it like this. You can't strike at a fist with God.
You can't do what?
You can't strike at a fist with God.
All right.
Your gift belongs to God.
Period.
Whether you want to like it or not. It says in the Bible that he got vessels to glorify and he got vessels to dishonor him. But it don't matter. You're going to be used. Now, how you glorify, bro, it's on you. Now, you got people out here dying for the same stuff. But yet and still, we talk about, oh, bro, we gotta, man, do this and we gotta do that. But yeah, and still, we go right behind our back, bro. And we do the same shit we talk about. So just know this. We get on these tracks and we write this shit. Y'all don't hold us accountable. God holding you accountable. You can be like, it's cap, we just selling music. Every idle word gonna get judged, bro. Use your words wisely. God created the world with words, bro. Listen, bro. Now, listen, I don't want no accolades. Y'all need to hear this for the youth. I'm doing this for my black people. Because we coming together. You feel me? And they don't like this shit. This is power. You feel me? We killing each other over shit that next year ain't even gonna think about that shit again. You hear me? So y'all need to take charge, help with each other, bro. Stop hating on each other. Lift each other. This brother came from the dirt. I can't wait y'all here to support him. I didn't give a damn about this music. I wanted to support, bro. I seen this hustle.
That's
From
real.
the Woodlines. I know, bro, more than bro thing, bro. Support your brother. God have you. Use your gift wisely, bro. Seek not the things of this world, bro. Seek first the kingdom of God and all its righteousness. And everything that you want, all that, give it to you. You hear me?
That's real.
Real talk.
That's real.
And this ain't for the likes.
I ain't want to cut y'all, big. I ain't
to
want to cut y'all, big dog, though. Like, I'm hearing what you're saying, bro. Like, but at the end of the day, man, when God give you a gift to use, bro, it's on you to use it, bro, how you choose to use it. Just because they chose to cancel R. Kelly don't mean he ain't the greatest they ever do it. Like, we gonna talk real, though. Like, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 to you, bro. Like, yeah, you spoke your message, I'm gonna tell you the truth, though. Like, yeah, when you do music, bro, like, you gonna rap about what you gonna rap about, bro. Like, and we gonna do that all the way 100, though. Like, and at the end of the day, bro, long as you know why you're doing it, and long as you know what you up to when in the midst of doing it, and you not controlled by the devil and those negative energies, bro, can't beat you. And I'm sitting proof, not living proof, I'm sitting proof. Like, of what you talking about, though. You know what I mean? Like, so when you say you talking to the kids, though, tell them that 10 or 9, 13 told them, like, I won't slide through what the winter turning. And I changed my whole motherfucking life and my family life, big dog. Like, bro, you struck a nerve in me, big dog, because it just.
I want to just pause it real quickly so everybody can follow what's going on. The host is a rapper. He makes music that this guy who just is on stage, he clearly got triggered by, because the guy on stage is pretty much saying, like, hey, you're a vessel, you're a vehicle for to spread either positive, align with God, or Satan. You know, the same conversation we've been having today. The guy on stage is saying we can't just talk about things and act as if we're not going to be held accountable for those, or even beyond that, that they have an impact on a lot of the people that we're influencing. A lot of the people that we're spreading this music to, when they hear us talking about we're going to slide through, like Buddy was just talking about, it's creating a negative energy, and it's teaching them to do the wrong things. So I don't know if y'all peep when he said every idle word will get judged. That's what he's talking about. Now, the person who's talking right now, he's trying to massage it and be like, well, this changed my life, you know, just speaking real. Well, if speaking real changed your life, and you're one of the entertainers, 1 out of a million that it actually changed your life, what about the other people, the 999,000 or 100,999 people who it didn't change their life? Who would actually encourage them to do certain things that are going to ruin their life? Y'all, I don't got to explain the whole conversation, but just for people, just to make sure that everybody's following along, I'm going to run it back maybe about 10 seconds.
10 or 9, 13, proof, not living proof, I'm sitting proof. Like, of what you talking about, though. You know what I mean? Like, so when you say you talking to the kids, though, tell them that 10 or 9, 13 told them, like, I won't slide through what the winter turning. And I changed my whole motherfucking life and my family life, big dog. Like, bro, you struck a nerve in me, big dog, because it's the same that them Israelites be talking to me in my city. And that bothers me, though, like, because at the end of the day, I probably motivate more kids than a goddamn Chuck E. Cheese. Like,
and that's the problem. See, this is when pride and emotion speaks. Rather than this brother on stage who's speaking from a logical standpoint, you could just tell how excited Buddy is. I've probably motivated more kids than Chuck E. Cheese. Of course, you probably motivated a lot more kids than a lot of these positive influencers are able to motivate them, if we're just being honest. But that's the problem.
The same that them Israelites be talking to me in my city, and that bothers me, though, like, because at the end of the day, I probably motivate more kids than a goddamn Chuck E. Cheese. Like, real shit, though, like, for real. And when I get up here, though, when I sit behind this microphone, though, even though I talk that street that I was raised on, I make sure I lead and leave with God, period.
I can't get mad at him. You know, as much as I wanted to sit here and my first response is like, bro, you're not leading with God. Like, what are you talking about? Talking about you going to slide through, kill ops, all the type of stuff that hip hop music represents, drill music, all that type of stuff. You're not leading with God. But then I think back to what Moses wrote in 1500 BC. And he was just adjusting to the day and time that he lives in, right? So I got to give this man the same level of grace and hold him in the same regard and give him the same level of respect that we would give Moses, because he's just adjusting to his day and time. Now he's going to be the popular voice, right? While this other brother on stage, because his music may not be talking about the same thing, that gets the same level of attention. So now he's not going to be heard. So this goes back to that same conversation of whether or not slavery was a choice, whether or not we have choices. Well, ask Nat Turner. Ask Nat Turner if slavery was a choice. Ask the people who decided to die by risking their life to run away, or by risking their lives and fighting against their slaveholder, if it was a choice. Don't ask the people that just survived it. Think about those other people. So just like we give Moses credit and hold him in high regards and say that, oh, he was just adjusting to the day and time of that generation, or that day and time of 1500 BC, do we not think that there was anybody in 1500 BC that was sitting around saying like, yeah, this slavery thing doesn't seem right? But because Moses decided to not go against the day and time, and he just decided to say, hey, I'm going to go along with the powers that be. We're writing this Bible. We're putting this religion together. Therefore, I don't want to, ruffle any feathers. I saw what happened to Jesus. Not going that route. All of this stuff replays itself. So I can't get mad at this young man for saying that his music is led by God, because Moses, and when he wrote in Exodus in 1500 BC, they were writing that Bible saying that it was led and inspired by God. So if I call him out, I got to call Moses out. And I call both out.
But what I'm on,
and I call myself out for condoning and perhaps promoting some of his music, because I'll be honest, I got to be honest. I got to call myself out. His first song, like his music that he put out, his first song, like I put it on I put it on one of my Instagram posts. It was inspiring, especially hearing his story. But that doesn't mean that just because it inspires me or makes me feel a type of way or makes me feel good about working out or whatnot, and it wasn't even a workout type of thing, that what inspired me about him is more so just his story and his energy and his passion. It made me become a fan of him. But I also have to acknowledge the impact that it makes for everybody else. I got to hold myself accountable.
Lead and leave with God, period. I'm aligned with what I'm on, so you can't stop nobody from what they doing, bro. Like, at the end of the day, bro, if you're going to send a message, bro, make sure you got something to sell with that same message, though, because I bought the music. I bought the hell out the music, gang. But what you said after that, though, it was very judgmental, and ain't no singing greater than the next. So if you...
Very judgmental. Think about the things that no sinner is greater than the next. These are the same things that when I have conversations about religion, it comes up. Like, I'm being judgmental of the religion. Yeah. Let's keep going.
Want to talk about God? No, like I'm talking about, I'm talking about to everybody. I'm talking about everybody, because everybody got up here and rap street. Everybody come up here and rap street. Yeah. So you can't condemn nobody's heart, bro. Right. Like, I'm being real with you, bro. Like, because you really trying to stop people from doing what God gave. A lot of people ain't never set foot in the church. God is not going to judge those people that don't know him. He's not going to judge nobody that don't know him. So you can't give nobody that. Now, I didn't stop you while you talk. I didn't stop you while you talk, big dog. I didn't, because I wanted to make sure you pledged your case. And I'm pleading mine right now, bro. At the end of the day, bro, when God give you a gift, bro, long as you know what you doing while you doing it, he gonna bless you. And I'm living proof.
It sounds very captivating, but it's ignorant.
I'm living proof, bro. That really touching something in me, because you said I'm talking to the kids. The kids. I don't give a fuck, nigga. At the end of the day, kids, listen to me, bro. Don't let nobody tell you what the you can and can't do. If you want to go out here and be Donald Trump, bro, if you want to go out here and be the leader of an orchestra, if you want to go out here and be a police nigga and you grew up a gang member, nigga, you do what the fuck you supposed to do for you and yours, bro, to change generational curses and break generational wealth, bro. That's what it all boils down.
You see Shorty in the back celebrating it. This is what happens. And think about how the energy shifted. When that brother was up there speaking, they were rocking with it, right? But then when the leader, the other leader, decided to say something, now they all rocking with what he's saying.
To, bro, like, and God gonna judge your heart. He don't judge your actions.
So when Nick Fuentes said, are there any more real niggas left?
First and foremost, want to give a huge shout out to everybody that continues to tap in with us, like and subscribe and join our community. If you haven't already, please make sure that you do. We look forward to engaging in some dope convo with you that can help us all elevate. So like, subscribe, and maybe even share the video if you're feeling real generous. On that note, we'll let you get back to the video. See you soon. Ew.
Who's the real one in this? Because there's plenty of people that think like him. Plenty of people that will validate the things that we do on a day-to-day basis, the music that we put out. We'll celebrate Jay-Z. What has Jay-Z literally accomplished? Like, really? And I hate to just make it about Jay-Z, but it's all the rappers. But Jay-Z is the one that, you know, comes to mind. What is it? He sold drugs. He created a business, rapped about selling the drugs, gave us some lessons and game along the way based off selling drugs that we could apply to reality. But is that really... If everybody decided to follow Jay-Z's path, would we be in a... Matter of fact, we're seeing the world exactly as it... We're seeing Black culture play out as if everybody, the majority of us, decide to follow Jay-Z's path. See, the problem is most people just don't get to the end. So it's the same thing with him. This music blessed me. Yeah, but it also spreads poison along the way to everybody.
Period, bro. Like, yeah, you can't use the big homie to preach to nobody, bro, if you ain't gonna preach right. Keep it real, bro. Like,
you can't use the big homie to preach to anybody if you're not gonna preach right. There's a reason why I'm playing this whole message. There's a reason why.
I'm talking about, bro, it's so real to me, bro. Like, you will make a kid feel like they shouldn't even put their song out. No, of your words, but now if I would listen to what you were saying, I would go and flush every song I got.
No, listen what I'm
The
saying.
song, amazing. And guess what? That's what sells. They don't hear words. They hear what go on the beat.
Absolutely.
They hear what go on the beat, fool. And that's what you sold. But at the end of it, though, you condemn people, bro.
He said they don't hear words. But notice his first response when Buddy finished up his music. He was saying, I heard what you said there. You wrote the hook. I heard what
you condemn souls, you condemn lives, you condemn gifts, bro. Like, and that's something no, like you just can't. You gotta be ready to stand on that when you start pointing and blaming and giving judgment to people, bro.
I say this.
Real shit, though.
I'm coming from a hood. I'm coming from a hood with what I'm speaking.
And it's all respect, but I don't mean no disrespect. Like, I stand for something.
Listen, I stand on my own 10.
I stand on God. I stand on the word of the presence of God.
I did 16 years in prison. I'm with the Northwest. I'm with the Lake County.
I ain't
I'm with
never
the
did a day.
Hardeman County, Moore County. I'm 14 years old. I was in prison for murder. I can talk like this. Let me speak. The only thing I'm saying is this. I'm speaking from experience. I'm losing homies right now because they're going back and forth with I'm going to kill you, I'm going to slide, I'm going to do this. Well, the only thing I'm saying, if you're going to be creative, if you're going to make music, you can make some music about Jesus. You can make some music about uplifting. It's no music about that. Only thing I'm saying is this here. I'm losing, and I'm seeing people die from this. So if we perpetuate this content because we making money.
Music don't kill people, kill people.
Listen, we can't be rich towards the world. We can't be rich towards the world more than we towards God. Tanner, God saves you, bro. He uplifted you, bro. I respect you.
He used me. I'm a vessel, bit dog. Like, yeah. Like, and I ain't even up here to argue back and forth with you, bro. Like, yeah, I'm just speaking for the babies, bro, that you was talking to.
This is not an argument. Would you tell your son to slide?
I ain't told my son.
I'm just asking a question. I'm listening.
Don't use that then, because I don't tell my son, bro. I tell my son.
God bless him.
Y'all remember when Cardi B was talking about her music, and she said that she would never let her daughter listen to her music? We got to pay attention, man. We got to pay attention. So this next video, this is why when we look around at Black culture, in Black inner cities, perhaps this is why it triggers Tana, the host of the show, and why the things that Nick Fuentes says triggers a lot of Black people. But perhaps we should ask ourselves, should we be more triggered by that? People calling it out? People saying like, yo, you got to use your words wisely. If you're doing all this music and you're influencing all these people, you got to be responsible with the message that you're putting out along with it. Should that trigger you more? Or should we be triggered by this? Hold on. Should we be triggered by this?
So now oh no, we can't do that. No, you just gotta find somewhere else to park. Who the is you talking to? You feel me? Like, who the is you talking to for real, even talking like that? Like, that be the and that's what make a motherfucker be wanting to get into it with y'all, because y'all ain't got no respect. What's up, bro? What's up? Hell no. What's up? Hell no.
They calling them now, bro.
I got money. I got money. I got money, man. Put pressure on me. Are you good? Put pressure on me. Put pressure on me. Put pressure on me. Hold on. Talk to me. 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 Talk to me.
It said the shootings are down. I think it's 100 less shootings this year than it was last year, they said at this same time in Chicago. What's the reason why I played that video? Does this happen in white neighborhoods? Do we see a lot of white people going on Facebook Live or Instagram Live and I feel like this happens all the time. This happens all the time. And I wrote down a couple things that I wanted to discuss on this particular issue. I want to ask ourselves, who's responsible for changing the situation of Black people in America? And I believe that this question, I may have mentioned it earlier, but I believe that this question is which largely shapes our perspective on whether or not we'll lean liberal or conservative. And it shouldn't even be about politics. The reason why politics play a certain part is because it's more so of addressing the problem. First, let's identify the problem. Now let's figure out how to solve the problem. And that's where politics usually comes in, because in our minds, we feel like we have to vote a certain way in order to change the outcome of what goes on in our communities and our lives, rather than just perhaps us taking responsibility and ownership over it. And when I go back to that question, when it says who's responsible for changing Black people's situations, it is on Black people. But see, the way that I look at things now, where I told y'all, I'm focusing on the oneness of all of us. White people, come on, it's on you as well. I look at it as if you either contributed to it or if you can help change it, then why would you not want to take accountability and responsibility into helping out? Some people may say that people contributed to it by paying the artists, right? The people who own the companies. Cool. Now, let me be very clear. Y'all know how I feel. For me, I prioritize the people who I think need to take it the most seriously and do something about it are the people that it's impacting the most in the most vicious way. Now, we can sit here and say, well, it impacts all of us because we're all living in these same. Cool. Well, then let's all of us figure out a way to solve it. But everything that a Nick Fuentes speaks on, everything that we hear certain activists calling out, like that or a rapper calling out like we did in the last video. Are we going to make the mistake of adjusting to the days and times that we live in? Or are we going to be very intentional about moving things in a positive place for the future, for our next generations? Because you heard what happened in the end of the last video when he said, well, are you going to tell your son to do this? Because you're telling other people's sons to do it. Now, he didn't say the last part. He said, are you going to tell your son to do this? Are you promoting this message to your son? And he got very triggered and upset. There's a reason behind that. Everything that goes on, everything that we tolerate, everything that we condone, everything that we don't fix right now in this generation of right now, we're leaving and passing along to the next generation to fix or to face as problems, and then to put it on them to create their own solutions and to figure things out. I don't know. I think that we as a people, forget the government, forget the politicians. We as a people need to do better, just overall, just moving things in a more positive place. And I think that the only way that we're going to accept responsibility is acknowledging that we have the power to change it in the first place. A lot of us look at it like, oh, I don't got the power to do this. It's God, it's this, it's Jesus. I'm waiting for Jesus. No, it's on us. We are the gods. We are the ones that can make the changes. We are those godly beings that if we change how we move in society, if we change our culture, we can move to a place where we're closer and closer into getting that heaven on earth and achieving that greater peace. If not, then what greater purpose could there be for humanity than embracing that? When we take a look outside of our selfish lives and our own self-interest, what greater purpose could we have? And I remember seeing this other video that I wanted to show real quick. I remember seeing this other video, and I saved it. I think I even posted it to you guys before. But there was a video that a lot of people got triggered by. Hold on, let me share the screen real quick. Hold on. Is this tab being shared? Okay, perfect. This is already being shared. A lot of people didn't like this.
In the history of race relations in the United States, there was injustice on both sides, without question. I'm not here trying to say the KKK should be lionized or something like that. Nothing close to it. I'm not saying that slavery is defensible. I'm a Catholic. Of course, I don't believe that. But it is to say, of course, that in the long history of race relations, and there is a Hatfield and McCoy's cycle of vengeance on both sides, there's bound to be injustice. There's bound to be senseless violence. But we're taught a story that whites are the problem. Whites are the perpetrators. Blacks are the victims. Whites have evil in our DNA. Whites by genetics are killers and oppressors, and blacks are innocent. And this has colored our way of thinking, and it's informed the way our society is structured today. But we have to undo that thinking and think about what kind of society we want to live in. And I will tell you this as plainly as possible. I don't want to live around black people. I just don't. It would be irresponsible if I had a wife and kids to live near black people. It just would be. And that's not to say that every black person is violent. It's not to say that every black person is the same way. But we watch the news. We read the papers. When you drive downtown in Chicago, you know who you got to look out for and worry about when you're thinking about whether you're going to get carjacked, when you're worried about catching a stray bullet, when you're worried about who's going to pull up on the side of the road and literally shove a rifle in your face and steal your iPhone or shoot you point blank, execution style, in Lincoln Park. We know who's doing it. I don't want to live near them. I don't want to be near them. They make me nervous. That's a survival instinct.
When we watch the video that we saw and we understand what's going on in Chicago, instead of getting upset at what he says, why don't we just change it? Steve wrote earlier, I just put up a post. What example and influence are we going to bring to change the hearts and minds? I think first off, it's understanding that we have the first, understanding we have the capability to change it. Because a lot of us, we tell ourselves like we move in a way where our actions, we feel that our actions don't influence anything. I tell you, same thing that I called myself out about, where it's like when I'm putting up a song on maybe a video that I'm doing on Instagram or something, I had to be like, I don't like that part. You know, I may say, nah, I can't put that song up, or I can't put that part up. We're all playing a role. I'm playing a role. So it's first, I think, when we understand in our minds that we can, that we are powerful enough, that we are godly beings, that we influence the rest of the world around us, then I think we'll naturally hold ourselves to a higher standard. And then when we do that, we'll be a little bit more critical, or maybe a lot more critical, of the decisions that we're making. And thinking about them from a standpoint, how does this influence society? How does this influence culture? Does this continue to mislead people, or does this uplift and empower people? That's how I would look at it. That's how I would look at it. And like anything else, like Quee says, be the change. Be the change that we want to see in the world. Be the change. Isn't that an example of how godly beings we are? If all we have to do is be the change that we want to see in the rest of the world, and that will directly impact the rest of the world. It's not just be the change just to be the change. It's be the change with an understanding that if everybody me being the change will impact others, people that I influence to be the change. And that will continue to spread and compound like anything else spreads and compounds. We just have a lot of the negative things spreading and compounding. So that's where we'll leave it. We are all actors on a stage called life. Some of us will and get to the point to where we direct our play, but there are some of us that will not get any further than cleaning up the aisles. We have to teach each other that even though cleaning up the aisles is the thing that your job task does, today does not mean that tomorrow you will not be the manager, but everyone starts somewhere. I like that approach, I like that approach. Everybody do me a favor, like the stream. We're getting ready to do the most important part of the show, which is we'll take 60 seconds today. All right, so we're going to do 60 seconds, meditate, manifest, get your breath work in, whatever it is that you need to do. Every exhale, we know we're releasing all the negative energy. Every inhale, we're inhaling the positive. And be appreciative. I'm appreciative of these conversations that we're able to have. I'm very appreciative of these conversations that we're able to have, because a lot of times this stuff just stays in us. And if we're not exposed to different perspectives that may challenge our current beliefs, then we're never going to change and grow. All right. There's certain things that used to trigger me that people used to say, and I'm like, I had to fight those temptations into actually understanding and hearing the message and being like, you know what? Okay. That's something that I can change. That's something that I'm going to use to empower me to be the change that I want to see, rather than to just make an excuse and to validate something with, well, this is only happening. This happens to me because of those people. That's limiting myself. That's selling myself short on who I am and what I can accomplish and the impact that I can make. Steve wrote, this is the question that we all need to ask ourselves. What's our plan to impact ourselves, our families, our communities? Diagnose where you're at and get busy. Let's focus on that for our 60 seconds, Steve. I'm going to leave that on the screen. I'm going to focus on that for my 60 seconds. So you guys decide to do what it is that you need to do. If you're in a safe place, you can close your eyes, you can leave them open, whatever feels best. But I'm going to focus on what Steve just said. I know that in the beginning of every week, we set out to make this our greatest week ever, but let's be a little bit more specific. I'm going to be a little bit more specific and meditate on what Steve just wrote. All right, everybody, we'll begin now. Remember, every exhale the negative, every inhale is positive. Ready, go. Whoa, my bad. We went a little extra. All right, one last inhale. Inhale in the positive, exhale in the negative. Getting the rest of that. Getting that last bit. One more time. Getting that last bit of all negative energy we're getting out of us. Inhale, exhale, getting that last bit. Steve had me pondering. All right, so I thought about Steve's question, and I know the things that I got to commit to. I have to get married, have a family, and be an example of how to be a family man, because I think it's very hard or very easy for a lot of us to fixate on self-interest when we don't have other people that we're working with and that are relying on us to fulfill our role. I think it just shapes our mind in a better perspective when we're looking at things from that standpoint, and it gives people something to look up to. All right, we got to make families cool again. That's what we got to make, families cool again. So therefore, we can, have more and more people that strive to have that, rather than striving to have a lot of the other things that may come with some more material success in a shorter period of time. But overall, understanding what our priorities are and what we need to be focusing on, and what's the purpose. All right, what's the personal legend that we always talk about, and the impact that we're going to make. So y'all know we come here to do elevate on purpose, both from an intentional standpoint, raising our standards to become the best leaders we can become in our communities, our tribes, our villages, our families, our relationships that are needed now more than ever, and challenging ourselves to grow into the people that we need to grow into, and constantly growing into, to communicate better, to accomplish better goals, to have the confidence to set out for greater goals, and to make sure that we are willing to make those sacrifices that are going to come along with achieving those goals. And a lot of those sacrifices are going to be focused on the things that we say are in our bag. But before we get to the bag, of course, we have to reiterate strength and honor in everything that we do. And we're always focused onward and upward, positive trajectory. Now, getting to that bag, the bag, for those that don't know, all the things that align with making sure that you're doing the right things on a day-to-day basis, an hourly basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis, a yearly basis, that are going to make sure that we're living in our purpose as we strive for purposeful abundance, and making sure that we're on the right trajectory. All right. We want to get to our purpose as fast and efficiently as possible. There's enough things that are going to come our way along the journey already, even if we're taking the direct approach, that we'll have to deal with, rather than creating challenges that can be unavoidable or can be avoidable. So the things that are in my bag: peace, love, happiness, health, wealth, and integrity. When people do this, I feel like they're lying. So let me do that again. What's in my bag? Peace, love, happiness, health, wealth, and integrity. And what we've added to that is balance. All right. Having the right level of balance that's going to allow us to have these conversations. All right. So on that, what is Steve wrote? Make families great again. Hey, Steve, we got like 3 hats we got to do together by now. We got like 3 hats that we got to do by now, but that would be a dope one. Make families great again. One love, always family. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. It's always a pleasure. And I do not take it for granted that, you know, you all are willing and able to have these conversations with me, even when we may not agree on it. That's what's the beauty of all this stuff. And as a friend told me last week, as a brother told me last week, who I felt that I should have been more direct in having a conversation with and expressing my opinions on certain things. He told me, like, look, man, we'll never lose our brotherhood based on being willing to talk about things. It's when we're not willing to have those conversations. So on that note, love y'all, appreciate y'all. And I'll see you. You have a good one. And everybody just have a good one. Everybody have a good one. And I'll see y'all later this week. I'll see y'all Wednesday evening. Got to stand on it. All right. I'll see y'all soon. Ew.